welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Sunday League today. This is round 4 of Season 3, Tier 1. We're in the Mercedes A45 AMG, racing at Alsace, reverse layout, and everyone's starting on these sports soft tyres today. Pole position today we have Flapjack. He's 12th in the table at the moment on 22 points. Having missed the opening round of the season, he is a little lower in the table than expected. But as we drop 2 rounds of the season, and with pole position pace, I'm sure he'll be towards the top end of the table towards the end of the season. In second place today we have Alex. He's 4th in the table at the moment on 43 points. Missed round 3 and has finished second behind Martin in the opening 2 rounds, so definitely needs to strike back today and beat Martin on track, or we might start losing sight of the title again. In third place today we have Martin B. He's our championship leader at the moment at 59 points. Perfect start to season 3 for Martin, registering wins in the opening 2 rounds. Like Alex, he missed the last round and qualifies just behind him today, so it should set up for a very interesting race indeed. In 4th place today we have Mr. Sean. He's 7th in the table at the moment, 35 points. A slight dip in form for Sean last round, finishing outside the top 10. 5th and 6th place finishes so far his best results of the season. On course to match that today, qualifying 4th. In 5th place today we have myself, DJ Bryce. 6th in the table at the moment on 35 points. Missed round 3, but good results in the opening 2 rounds, including a podium in round 2. Has put me in a good position going into this round. In 6th place today we have MJR Mercer. He's 2nd in the table at the moment with 49 points. A superb 2nd place finish for Mercer last round sees him in a very good position going into the midway point of the season. Has definitely found an extra gear recently. See how he does from 6th today. In 7th place today we have Lionessi. This is his first appearance in the Sunday League this season. Very quick, accomplished driver. See how he gets on starting from 7th today. In 8th place today we have Kenny. He's 17th in the table at the moment on 6 points. Just 1 appearance so far this season for Kenny, registering a solid top 10 finish in the opening round. With only 10 runners today, so potentially on for some good points if you can keep it clean. In 9th place today we have Wilco. He's 5th in the table at the moment on 41 points. Pretty slow start to the season in the opening rounds, but fully rectified that in round 3 with a stunning victory in the F1500, but we are now in the M300 category. Let's see how he can do from the back row today. In 10th place today we have Muller. He's 13th in the table at the moment on 21 points. Average start to the season for Muller, picking up some steady points. Did get a solid top 10 finish last round. With a short grid again today, could be on for his best result of the season so far. Just before we get underway, quick mentions for myself in my 30th race in the Sunday League Tier 1, looking for my 30th top 10. Martin B's 10th race in the top flight, also looking for his 10th top 10. 7 wins in 9 races so far for Martin. And MJR Mercer, he's 1 shy of 10 top 5 finishes in the top flight. Anyway, that is our grid walk. Let's get underway. So here we are then, about to get underway, round 4, season 3, tier 1. Drivers Room Sunday League. Flapjack on pole, Alex in 2nd, Martin in 3rd. The championship challenges at the moment. A few more races under his belt, I'm sure Flapjack will be up there as well, but we're off anyway into turn 1. Flapjack leading everyone into this very tight turns 1 and 2 with a pinch point in the middle, so all positions retained at the moment. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there between myself and Lionessi, and Mercer's had a great start up into 4th. Mr. Sean in 5th, falling down a couple of places now as Wilco's moved up into 5th place. Mr. Sean in 6th. I think Nessie just dropping back. You see him completely off the throttle there, just yielding a few places, but yeah, a little bit of a coming together at that pinch point between the entry point of turn 2. Anyway, Flapjack still in the lead of this race. Alex in 2nd, Martin B in 3rd. A little bit further back we've got Mercer in 4th. So great start from Mercer and Wilco making up places. He's avoiding that little bit of carnage at the start. Mr. Sean in 6th place. Kenny in 7th. So yeah, Linus is dropping right to the back of the grid. Fair play there. Himself up to 9th now. So Muller up into 8th place. Canny runs a little bit wide in front. That might give Muller an opportunity to move up into 7th on the opening lap. And he does. Canny a little bit untidy there. He comes under pressure from Lionessi, so I've fallen to the back of the grid again. Lionessi back up into 9th place, see what he can do on this recovery drive. It's Canny under pressure from Lionessi now. So all positions retained at the front. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, Flapjack, Alex and Martin. Lionessi just taking a look up the inside of Canny there, moves himself up to 8th place, straight on the bumper of Muller now. So we'll come back to this fight in a minute. As we, no, we won't. Is that Lionessi making a move on Mercer there? Lionessi late on the brakes, but yeah, I think he was. He did run deep into that corner. And Muller cuts back, moves himself back into 7th place. Back with the top 3 again. Martin B, Alex and Flapjack all running close together, but it looks like Alex has got a good run on Flapjack here. It's the start of lap 2. Just come up to turn 3 now. Flapjack on the, a little bit of contact there. As they both slide and lose a lot of momentum, and that's allowed Martin B to just power it around the outside, move himself up into 2nd place. So Flapjack losing a couple of places there, a little bit untidy into turn 3, and Alex up into 1st place in the lead of this race. Might be in 2nd, Flapjack in 3rd. This has allowed Mercer to close the gap up behind him, 4th as well. So Mercer running well at the moment, as I said, on the grid walk, has found a little bit of extra pace recently. Nearly got I think he stuck it on pole in the last race in the F1500. It's bogged down a little bit off the start, and that is Alex running a little bit deep. Martin having a bit of a look, but Alex doing just enough to stay ahead there. Martin B slots back into 2nd place, loses a bit of momentum though. So these guys got to be very, very careful. These slower N300 cars. Similar to go-karting, it's all about keeping the momentum up. So when they do lose speed, these cars haven't got the power to get straight back on it and recover. All positions retained. You see Mercer just lurking in the background there in 4th place. She sniff a podium today. See how all the strategies pan out. We'll have a quick run through the grid. We've got Alex in 1st, Martin in 2nd, Flapjack 3rd, Mercer in 4th. Wilco still doing well in 5th. He's got a bit of pressure, under a bit of pressure from Mr. Shaw now in 6th. A little bit of a gap back to Lionessi in 7th. Got myself up into 8th now. Canny in 9th and Muller in 10th. Alex still doing enough. Out in the lead of the race. Top 4 all running really well at the moment. Bit of a gap back to Wilco in 5th. So he's weathering a bit of pressure from Mr. Sean, and looks like Lionessi will be getting in the mix with these two soon as well, as he starts to close the gap on them. And Sean taking a little bit of a look on the inside. Wilco runs a little bit deep. He's going to struggle to get the power down out on the grass. Have dirty tyres into the braking zone in the next corner as well, but just about does enough. Keeps it neat and tidy and ahead of Sean for the moment. So Lioness is lurking behind these two as well, and Sean round the outside will have the inside of this next corner coming up, but again Wilco good on the brakes there. Hangs it round the outside, keeps the power down, but Sean sticks it round the inside of that corner, moves himself up into 5th place. That's a good battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, as I say. Lioness is right behind these two as Wilco makes that place up again as Mr. Sean runs deep into the next corner. As this battle carries on. over the inside. This right-hander coming up might have the job done on Mr. Sean, and yeah, moves himself up into 6th place now. So Lioness looking really good, moving his way through the pack. Mr. Sean slots into 7th. See if Wilco running a little bit wide again there. And this may well give Lioness a run into the next corner, but side by side coming up to the braking zone now. The slowest corner off the track, final corner, and that is Lioness up the inside and into 5th place. Should just about be safe into turn 1, and this should be the job done. Move completed. Yeah, so we'll go single file into turns 1 and 2. So Lioness up into 5th place now. So that's Canny running a little bit deep into turn 1 in the background there. Oh yeah, Lioness in 5th, Wilco in 6th, Mr. Sean in 7th, Canny in 8th, Muller in 9th. Lost myself from the back there. Very, very rare rage quit on my behalf, do apologise, but I had a very, very untidy race. So Alex in 1st place, doing a good job weathering the pressure. 2 very fast drivers behind him, Martin B and Flapjack. And Mercer just dropping back a little bit off in the top 3 again now. Very consistent lap times from Drsl though. Top 3 just dipping into the 2:16s now. Lioness is a tiny bit of a gap from Wilco. 5th, 6th and 7th have a tiny bit of field spread now. And it's Canny just running a little bit deep there, caning the front tyres of that Mercedes. Further back in at 9th place. Getting back with this top 3 battle. None of these drivers can afford any mistakes. They're really keeping each other on it at the moment. So just lurking, any mistakes from the top 3, Drsl will be there to capitalise. You've got Lioness in 5th place as well in clean air. See if he can start closing the gap up. So these guys up front. So he might be giving Alex a little bit of a nudge there, but he's lost momentum. Flapjack comes out full throttle with the final corners. They cross the line. Difficult place to overtake on the outside of turn 1. See what he can do here. Positions his car really well for the entry of turn 2. With Martin trying a little bit of a cut back there, but good driving from Flapjack, moving up to 2nd place. I think Martin a little bit compromised out of the final corner. Alex continues his charge at the front of this race. Cheers, Muller. Down to 3rd place now. 2:17.9 from Mercer last lap, so maybe that tyre wedge kicking a little bit now. 2:17.1 from Lioness behind. Who's obviously got Mr. Sean up to 6th place now. I'm sure Wilco was running in 6th. It's Mr. Sean 6th, Wilco 7th. We've just missed the move for the lead. I did see the graphic flash up. Let's have a quick look back. Oh yeah, a little bit further back in the race. Wilco was running 6th. A little bit of room on the grass there. I think he's given Mr. Sean a cleaner run into the final corner. Wilco does have a bit of slipstream from Lioness in front, might be able to defend it here, but no, Mr. Sean up the inside gets the job done. Wilco has a little bit of a nibble back there. I think just a little bit hot on the brakes, but slots back into 7th place. So yeah, Mr. Sean up into 6th, Wilco in 7th. So just coming up towards the end of lap 6 now. Alex still in first, Flapjack in second, under a lot of pressure from Martin B though. Martin B doing a much better job on the tyre wear. And we'll have a look there, but all positions maintained, top 3, top 4 actually. So MJ Mercer still running in 4th. We'll keep an eye on that battle for 4th and 5th, as I think you see both drivers flashing through the background there. And Mercer and Lioness are getting closer together. This is Martin B up the inside of the final corner, moves himself up into 2nd place. And you've got Alex and Flapjack peeling off into the pits. So Martin takes the lead of the race. Carries on for another lap. Lionessi diving into the pits. You've got MJR Mercer carrying on for another lap. And Alex rejoins the race in 1st place. Flapjack rejoins in 4th. Muller, I think Muller's made a pit stop already. That's Lionessi and Mr. Sean coming out the pits together. So I think Mr. Sean just taking on less fuel. Just check the graphic. Yeah, a little bit less fuel there, but that's moved him right up the track, right on the bumper of Lionnessi now. As Muller comes through in 7th place. Yeah, I think Muller might have pitted around the 10-minute mark though, because the tyres look pretty fresh. So Muller setting himself up for a 2-stopper today. We'll see what he can do with that. 7th place track position at the moment. You've got Wilco down to 8th place now after pitting from 7th. Just losing 1 place to Muller up ahead, and Canny in 9th. So the lead of this race goes to Martin at the moment. Managed to get another lap out of these tyres, doing a really good job with the tyre wear. Mercer up into 2nd place, 2-minute 19.8 from Mercer last lap though. See if Alex can close that gap up pretty swiftly. Flapjack in 4th place, and looks like Lioness pulled a tiny bit of a gap to Mr. Sean. I think MJR Mercer could have done with Lioness and Sean getting into a bit of a battle, as I think that's Mercer's main competition when he comes out of the pits. We'll see where Martin B feeds out into things as well. So 2-minute 18.1 on the last lap. Had a good run, good lap in clean air, and pulls off into the pits. 32% of fuel. I think Mercer will do the same now as well. Pits from 2nd place, and Alex right on his bumper towards the end of that lap as well. So Alex looks like he's had a really good out lap. Imagine he's done more than enough to get ahead of Martin B. And that is Martin coming out of the pits now. Oh, and Flapjack just about gets his car in front there. Martin B will have to settle for 3rd place for the moment, just passing the halfway point of this race. So Flapjack doing enough on his out lap there, just about get ahead of Martin B. Lioness in 4th, Mr. Sean in 5th. Yes, Mercer rejoins the racing sticks just behind Mr. Sean, and this is Wilco and Muller going side by side. And Wilco was behind Muller. Muller doing enough to defend that position. So he's slightly out of sync with the strategies. Does have a lighter car now though, so should be similar pace to Wilco at the moment. Canny not that far behind in 9th as well. Muller running a little bit deep there. Wilco taking a bit of a look. It's not close enough at the moment. So the front tyres starting to give up a little bit on Muller's car. Can't carry the speed into the entry of the corners. I think Wilco's just got to bide his time a little bit here and just look after his tyres, wait for a good opportunity. It looks like he's got better momentum again there on the exit. He'll do well to get round the outside though, so he tries a bit of a cutback. And and that might well be the job done. Osmuller's out on the grass, so yeah, Wilco up into 7th place. This may well give Canny a look now as well. Scrub the dirty tyres. Don't think he's got the traction, and that is Canny moving. Oh, Canny moving up into 8th place. It's just about a car length in front now. Slots himself into 8th place. Miller down to 9th now. Alex out in the lead of this race, going purple. Lap 8, 2 minutes 16.2. Only 0.2 quicker than Flapjack, who's still under a bit of pressure from Martin B. These two drivers can't afford to compromise each other too much, otherwise Alex will disappear down the road. And, once Alex is in clean air, he gets hooked up. As you can see, 2 minutes 16.2. Very quick driver. Martin B as close as he ever has been. Let's have a quick on board. Oh, Martin B's car. There we go. See Flapjack's running a little bit wide there again. Not quite alongside enough yet. Extremely smooth driving style. Martin paying dividends at the moment. Tyre wear costing. Obviously Alsace is a bit of a tyre burner anyway. This little Mercedes getting very compromised once the tyre wear kicks in. Lose a lot of lap time, but that could be the start of a move here, but no, it's just not quite quick enough. He needed the left hand side of the track coming into the final hairpin. He's going to get a bit of a slingshot here with the slipstream though. I think he's just got himself alongside enough. Meets the apex nicely. There's a poor camera work there, but yeah, gets the job done, moves himself up into 2nd place there. It's a battle for 2nd and 3rd. Carries on, as I say, they can't afford to fight too much. Alex 2:17.1 from Alex, so might be a little bit quicker on that last lap. Just a little bit less fuel for Alex. Still 9 minutes of this race to go. Might just be keeping an eye on that now at this stage of the race. A bit further back down the grid, you've got Canny really finding some pace now as he's right on the bumper of Wilco. Wilco under a bit of pressure. 2:17s, 2:18 on the last lap. That sounds like Wilco running a bit deep again. He's out on the grass again on the exit of a corner, and that should be a pretty comfortable move for Canny, even around the outside. He should have superior grip. Yeah, Canny up into 7th place now. 6th place Mercer, a little bit too far down the road. Still 8 minutes of this race to go. We'll see what Canny can do in clean air now. If he's starting to get the car hooked up well. Wilco in 8th, and yeah, Muller making his final pit stop of the race, rejoining in 9th. Yeah, back to the leader of the race, Alex, doing a good job out in front. Martin being a little bit in clean air now. He's pulled a bit of a gap to Flapjack in 3rd. I think he has broken the toe. Clean air front and back line, they see a 4th place as well. As battling his way through the pack, 2:16.4, so has got the pace, but I think it's a bit too much of a gap up to Flapjack in 3rd. And Mr. Sean in 5th. MJR Mercer looking to get that fifth place back, I'd imagine. Stopping a lap later, so it does have the fresher tyres. So Mr. Sean's fuel, so a lot better on the fuel, so can afford to go flat out for the rest of the race by the looks of things. Maybe did overfuel a little bit, hence losing track position. See what he can do. Final part of this race. So, can he still doing enough to stay ahead of Wilco, 7th and 8th? Excuse me. So, yeah, we're in 9th place now. Starting the second flying lap, I believe, after his final pit stop. 2:16.7 from Alex on the last lap. A 2:16 flat from Martin. So going purple. Really looking to take the charge to Alex on this final portion of the race. Just over 5 minutes left to go now. Let's have a quick look at the live timings and see the gap. And 3.9 seconds, just under 4 seconds between Alex and Martin this stage of the race. And yeah, Mercer behind Sean, Wilco behind Canny. The other two battles being closely fought at the moment. I'll come back to Martin in a minute, see if he can make any progress on the race leader. So Mercer still biding his time on 6th place at the moment. Just can't find a way past Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean, one of the newer drivers to drivers room, very accomplished racer. As long as he doesn't have to fuel save too much. It's just fuel marker just ticks towards a quarter tank left now. MJR Mercer definitely in a good position to keep him under pressure for the remainder of this race at the very least. Same with Wilco and Canny. Wilco still hanging on to the back of Canny at the moment. Wilco does look quite short on fuel though. Just over 5 minutes left to go. Just under 5 minutes of the race left to go. To 18.5 from Alex on that last lap. So I think he is definitely keeping an eye on that fuel level this stage of the race. He's lost a 1.5 seconds to Martin on that last lap. Martin's sitting just over a quarter of a tank. Wilco does make a pit stop from the back of the grid in the graphic there, pit from 8th, and that, as I say, should give Miller a bit of a look. So Wilco just going through turn 1 now. Miller a couple of seconds behind. 2:18.4, setting a personal best on that last lap as well. Yeah, back to the front of the race. Actually, back to this battle. So we have got Martin making progress pretty rapidly on the leader of the leader of the race. Don't know why I'm stuttering. This battle for 5th and 6th hotting up as MJR Mercer's deciding to make a move now. Like a bit of a cutback. I think Mr. Sean's has got good momentum, keeps track position for now, but MJR Mercer getting very racy at this point. May well have overfueled a little bit, and that is Sean running deep. Mercer slots it up the inside, moves himself up into 5th place. Sean has the inside, his right-hander coming up, see if he can fight back. Does look like Mercer's done enough. It's a little bit wide on the exit there. As they're switching positions, and this is Sean up the inside. Takes a little bit of a look, no contact. Great driving by the pair. Mercer still just ahead. We've got Sean in the slipstream now on this long straight. He's going to be able to have a look into the final hairpin, I'd imagine. Positions his car on the inside to go through the braking zone. Mercer gives him space. Compromised his corner a little bit there, but he's just done enough to stay ahead. Keep it neat and tidy on the exit of turn 2. Just a little bit tight. Bit of a tight entry there, as Sean might well have another look. into turn 3. He pulls alongside. So yeah, Mercer took a very, very tight line. Did compromise his exit, but stays good on the brakes. Run a little bit deep. And just doing enough to hold on to 5th place still. But yeah, we'll come back to this in a minute. Back to the lead of this race, a minute and a half left to go, and Martin B has really closed up the gap on the leader Alex. 2 minute 18.1, 2:16.7, so 3 seconds gained on the leader in 2 laps. And looking at the fuel level, yeah, Martin's just a little bit better on the fuel. As Alex, as he goes critical now, 1 minute left to go. Alex really needs this race to finish on this lap. Martin B's putting the pressure on. Very patient race from Martin. And Alex just misjudging the fuel levels a little bit, but this very well could be the last lap of the race. So 30 seconds left to go. And Alex doing enough to stay in front at the moment. He's very compromised on the fuel level. Come up to the final chicane, end of lap 13. 10 seconds left to go. As I say, Alex really needs this race to finish on this lap now. And they're past the 30-minute mark, but both guys carry on for another lap. So yeah, Alex could be in a bit of trouble here. First official finisher, Flapjack crossing the line in 3rd, Line Essie in 4th. MJR Mercer does withhold that 5th position. Mr. Sean in 6th, and that is Martin B moving up into the lead of the race. So yeah, I think Alex just hasn't got enough fuel. I don't know what fuel mix he's on now. Martin's just going critical as well, so it could be tight towards the end. Both these guys have to preserve their fuel really well. But yeah, back through the official finishes there. So yeah, MJR Mercer in 5th, Mr. Sean in 6th, Canny in 7th. Wilco finishing in 8th, and Muller in 9th. See what Alex can do here. Both these guys very, very similar fuel levels now. Martin's just used that little bit extra to get himself in front. It's over half the lap to go now. Both these guys pretty much running on vapours, not to mention the tyre wear on Martin B's car, a lot better at this stage of the race. I think he has done enough. So I'd say both these cars running on absolute fumes now. Still got over 40 seconds of this lap to go. This could be a crawl across the finishing line. Yeah, I think Martin has done enough here. So needs to keep it neat and tidy. Final 2 corners. So slightly better percentage of fuel. That looks like he has done enough. Just coming down the main straight now is Alex pretty much running on empty. So yeah, what a finish that was. I say Alex really needed that race to finish a lap early. Might be doing just enough on the fuel and tyres to take the win. Congratulations Martin, great race there. So really patient start to finish. And Alex crossing the line in 2nd with no fuel. Cheers lads, see you next week.